This is a big day because he doesn't know this, but this is one of my idols, and I get to stand next to him. What is that passion, that confidence, that type of drive? Because you could see it just like looking at the way you move, that you just had a fearlessness. How does that feel? Like, you know what I mean? Like to be on the field and be like, there's nobody on this field that can touch me.
You know,
if they do, I'm gonna hurt them.
My very first day of pads in Pop Warner, right? It was my very first time, and we had that drill where two people line up and they go head to head. Yeah. And so I got to the back of the line because I wanted to watch. Yeah. And I watched and I realized whoever goes out there and goes the hardest is the one that wins. And so I went out there against the best player on the team. I just went as hard as I could, and it was a stalemate. And from then I learned. And it's primal.
Yeah,
you know, if I'm coming through the hole and there's especially a DB coming through the hole, it's like, who wants it more?
For our couscous elote salad, I just want to dice our red pepper nice and small. We don't need too much of this. I want that color, I want some of that sweetness of it. And I'm just going to sit this right to the side.
I'm gonna show you a little trick, man.
Yeah, please.
This is something that I like watching cooking shows, but sometimes I feel as though it's not realistic. Like some of the things I'll see somebody chop an onion and I'm like, nah, I can't chop an onion that fast, one, and then like into small strands. However, I'm gonna show you a little trick.
Is it gonna make you cry?
Nah,
okay.
I hope not. I hope not. I would try not to cry too. But
I'm gonna show you a little trick to dicing an onion really small, because with something like elote corn, I don't want big ass pieces of onions. Like I want little small strands.
What I like to do is I'll take my knife and I'll go across right here. Super small.
And you don't go all the way through, you stop?
No. Go across. Now when I get to the top, I go all the way through. The reason for that is because now I expose all of this, and instead of me trying to slice down on a circular piece,
then when you do this, you can go as small as you want. When you get to the end, all of my strands are super small. And it's the same thing that you'll see whenever you watch like a food show, where they have the super small dices with super sharp knives. But if it's something that intimidates you, I think this is just a better method.
Yeah.
And so with our elote corn, we got a few things. I like white onion just because it's more crunchy. It'll give you a nice texture, especially when you're dealing with something like corn and couscous, because this is a little more gummy. Corn is corn.
Yeah.
I mean, so we'll bring it back to football. Did you have like a pregame ritual or
I did.
meal? What was it?
I mean, it changed and evolved throughout my career, but at the end of my career, I had a whole ritual. You know, I played until I was 34, and so
That's ancient in NFL.
Yeah. So to keep my body and my mind right, I wake up early, do a little stretches, do a little meditation, do some prayers, and I like to be light in the game. So the only thing I'd ever eat on game day was I make a fruit smoothie, throw some fruit, some yogurt, a little bit of honey, and that was it.
To this, I'm going to add all of my ingredients. So we got our red pepper, we got our white onion. Now, so with this, what I like to do whenever I'm mixing like ingredients with sauces, I always like to mix the sauces in different bowls. For this, I'm gonna have you just pour a little bit of mayonnaise.
How much is a little bit?
I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going.
That's a little bit?
Yeah, that's a little bit. But we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it with the crema.
Got it.
So we got this. I like crema. Like mayonnaise is oily. It's a little more like fatty.
Yeah.
This is something that cuts through. So it's like a watered down sour cream.
Got it.
It's crema. Yeah.
Got it.
So we got that, and then I'll add cotija cheese. I'll add this to it. And next, I like to take a little bit of cilantro. Matter of fact, I'll have you cut this out. I'll ball it up like that.
I feel like a real chef, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Chef Rick.
I think that's good. So with football, what did it teach you now? So if you could look back, what are the lessons that you think you were able to learn and carry on to what you do now in present day?
Again, it comes back to confidence. You know, I showed myself that I could start from zero and make it to become the best at something.
Yeah.
And so I feel like anything I do, I know there's a formula.
Yeah.
You know, find good mentors, find good teachers, and put the work in.
Yeah. And just mix all of these things together. I really want that color to come through. That flavor. Missing one thing, we're gonna grab some cumin. There you go. So if you had one dish, people coming over to your crib and you had to make one dish, what would that thing be? Not tacos, it ain't tacos.
It'd be tacos.
It's still
It'd be
tacos?
tacos, yeah.
That's your only thing?
It's my, you asked my go-to.
That's the go-to?
It's my go-to.
That's fair, that's fair.
You gotta have a go-to,
Nah,
you know,
you're right.
when you
What?
gotta impress.
Yeah, all right, my bad. I'm talking to an expert now, taco expert, my bad. Let me plate this up. Pickled onions, I just keep these in the fridge.
It's just for the color, not for the...
For both.
Yeah.
So I like this because whenever I add something like mayonnaise, I like a vinegary bite just because it kind of like, it brings the whole dish together.
Yeah.
So you get the creamy and then you get something to like, punch you right in the tongue. I'm a fan of it. All right, that.
Yeah, some of these onions too.
Yeah, got to. It's onion, right? That's good.
I've been good, yeah, the pickles.
Yeah. All right. That tastes good.